Hi, everyone. My name is Valerie Moreno. I'm a case manager at St. Barnabas Family Caregiver Support Program. And today we're going to be discussing tips for managing caregiver stress. I would like to introduce you to our Family Caregiver Support Program team, Olga Yamawaki, case manager, and Michelle McGuire, case manager. Once again, we're going to be discussing tips for managing caregiver stress. Who are caregivers? Many caregivers are unpaid family members, friends, and neighbors. Caregivers might provide care to an ill spouse, aging adult, or disabled person. They handle daily responsibilities such as emotional support, companionship, cooking, cleaning, medication, bathing loved one, and much more. What is caregiver stress? Caregiver stress can be caused by mental, emotional, and physical fatigue, caregiver neglecting their own health, feeling like you are constantly on call every day to provide help to your loved one, caring for a person that needs constant medical attention or has a serious illness, caregiver having unrealistic expectations and not accepting help. Alzheimer's and dementia caregivers are more likely to experience stress, depression, and health issues. Signs of caregiver stress: feeling overwhelmed, constantly worrying, becoming irritated or angry, developing memory problems, feeling sad, feeling alone and deserted, social withdrawal, and weak immune system. Signs of caregiver stress continued: sleep deprivation, feeling anxiety, frequent body aches or headaches, gaining or losing weight, losing interest in activities you used to enjoy, and lastly, abusing prescription medication, drugs, and alcohol. Does caregiver stress affect your health? And the answer is yes. If you're experiencing caregiver stress, you're more likely to have heart disease, diabetes, cancer, arthritis, high blood pressure, or you're more likely to have depression, anxiety, weak immune system, obesity, or memory and attention problems. Here are some tips for dealing with caregiver stress. And the first one is getting organized. Set a daily routine, make a to-do list, mark important appointments and events and bills on a large calendar. Store important paperwork in a folder with tabs that you can label. Keep an observation notebook where you can mark down changes in your loved one's health. Time management is another caregiver tip. You want to set priorities, set realistic goals, and write them down. Recognize your limitations and be realistic. Schedule tasks when you are most productive. Budget enough time. Ensure to give yourself a break. Consider doing your least favorite task first. Another tip is exercise. Exercise helps maintain a healthy body and mind. It also reduces negative effects of stress. It stimulates the birth of new brain cells, and the brain releases endorphins that help reduce pain. Endorphins is a chemical produced by the body that releases stress and pain. They are like natural painkillers. They can be released with exercise and nutrition. Another tip that can improve caregiver stress with exercise is it improves your blood circulation, it strengthens your immunity, and going for a walk each day can decrease anxiety and blood pressure. Another thing to take into consideration is your nutrition. Consuming food with vitamin C can reduce stress and boost immune system. Fruits, vegetables, fruits, and grains can help increase serotonin and help your blood pressure. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter or can be viewed as a chemical messenger. Serotonin controls and can stabilize mood. This chemical helps reduce depression, anxiety, and helps with sleep. Vegetables, fruits can help with serotonin. You should also avoid caffeine, soda, and teas because they can increase nervousness and insomnia. You also want to avoid food that's high in fat and sugar because they can make you feel worse. Another tip would be sleep. When you do not get enough sleep, you are easily agitated, which can increase stress. Adults need to have 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night in order to maintain health and perform their best. Sleep can improve mood, self-worth, mental and emotional function. Getting enough sleep can improve concentration. Have quiet time before bed and put away all electronics. An essential oil diffuser can help with relaxation. And you can also try breathing exercises that can help you relax before bed. And here are some relaxation techniques. The first one is a visualization. It involves creating positive images in your head to achieve a relaxed state similar to daydreaming. You can close your eyes and imagine hiking or sitting on top of a mountain. The next one is meditation, a technique for quieting the mind to reduce stress. Deep breathing. Your breathing can be associated to how stressed you are. For example, fast, rapid, irregular breathing can be a sign of stress. Slow, deep breathing can improve stress. Yoga. Yoga helps with physical balance and breathing control. Yoga can also help with flexibility. It can help with your muscle strength, endurance, and muscle relaxation. Another one would be Tai Chi, which is a martial art that can help with self-defense and it can help with balance, harmony, and spiritual growth. Listening to music, listening to relaxing, soothing music can help with your stress. Art therapy, such as painting, drawing, coloring, sculpting, making a collage, can foster healthy healing and mental well-being. Aromatherapy are essential oils such as lavender that gives like a fragrance that can help you with your relaxation as well. And lastly, prayer is a spiritual exercise that can strengthen your soul. Here's another tip for dealing with caregiver stress, which is accepting help. Prepare a list of tasks you can help with. Allow the person who is helping to choose the task they feel comfortable doing. For example, they may want to go grocery shopping or run errands for you. For instance, a friend might be able to watch your loved one in the evenings, and that gives you a chance to go out for a walk or have some alone time. Join a support group. Support groups can provide validation, encouragement, and problem-solving strategies. They can also offer non-judgmental support. They reduce the feeling of loneliness and isolation. You can find other people that can understand and relate to your caregiver situation. You can create friendships, improve your coping skills, and you learn about new resources and information that can improve your caregiver journey. You should seek care services. Respite care aides come to your home to provide relief slash break. That way the primary caregiver can step away from their responsibilities for a few hours a week. Or you can look into adult day care centers, which is a safe, secure environment for older adults with planned activities, physical exercise, nutrition, and support staff. And you can also look into nursing homes, which are facilities that provide 24-hour supervision, room and board, medication management, and personal care services. And some payment methods for these type of services are Medicare, Medicaid, private insurance, veteran benefits, personal funds, so you're using your own money, and community resources that you can find through local agencies. And here's my summary. Caregivers are family members, friends, and neighbors. Caregiver stress is mental, emotional, and physical fatigue. Stress can impact a person's health. Physical activity, nutrition, sleep, and relaxation techniques can improve caregiver stress and health. Joining a support group can provide validation, encouragement, and problem-solving strategies. Accept help from family, friends, and neighbors. Consider getting home health care or other care services. Lastly, here are some resources that our family caregiver program provides. Our program can provide respite depending on eligibility and funding. You can also join our caregiver support groups every Tuesday at 1 p.m. on Zoom or on Thursday at 10 a.m. Via teleconference. And lastly, you can join our caregiver education and training on Zoom every first and third Wednesday of each month at 1 p.m. Here's my works cited page where you can find the articles about all the information that we discussed today. And lastly, thank you. Here's my email address if you have any questions about our program. And we can open it up for questions, comments, and feedback.
Okay. Thank you, Valerie. That was great. Good information. I just want to mention that after you had already made your slides, we changed that. We're no longer doing the support group on Thursdays on the phone.
Oh,
so we just
okay.
have the support group at 1 on Tuesdays. Just a minor detail. I just want to slide that in there. I think that we made that decision after you changed your slide or before you changed your slides. Anyways, that was great. A lot of information.
Do you guys have anything to add to that regarding any relaxation techniques or anything that helps you with stress?
I was going to actually ask you, like, what kind of stress techniques you use.
My favorite one would probably be yoga. I really enjoy the stretching and, just clearing your mind and deep breathing. So that's my favorite one. Or I would have to say like art therapy. That's always fun doing like collaborative pieces with other people and, drawing, painting, or, collaging. That's always fun.
I hadn't thought about doing that with other people as like a stress reduction technique,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, actually we do that a lot in my old job with our students. We would do collaborative pieces. We would like paint something and they would like put beads or whatever they want in the painting, and we'll do it together as a group, which was fun.
That's cool. Yeah, I like to do yoga too, and I use the deep breathing exercises throughout the day to kind of manage my mental state, keep things kind of chill. What about you, Olga?
I've been listening to an app, trying to learn how to meditate.
Oh, the Calm app?
Yeah. And it has, and that's just meditation. Like sometimes they just have like little 10-minute or 9-minute like interviews with other people about different topics like stress reduction or, how to be mindful. And it's just listening to them and their advice that kind of just brings me down and relaxes me.
Yeah, I can find anything that kind of distracts me from whatever's going on in my head at the moment, is great. But yeah, I often use breath. Yeah. So thank you for that. That was great.
And exercise. And I know we get a lot of our caregivers who they know this is good for them. They know all the tips, but I don't want to say they're excused, but they do use that as an excuse as I don't have time. Like, I'm busy doing all my caregiving duties. I just don't have time to sit and relax.
And
Yeah.
it's true, they don't have the time, but they have to make the time,
But
right?
they have to make, yeah. If
Yeah.
you have to, like your to-do list, like you mentioned, have a to-do list. And well, in that to-do list, you're gonna put in 15 minutes of
A break. Yeah.
whatever, yoga, listening to music. Just 15 minutes a day, at least it'll help, get you started and then kind of from that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a really good idea.
yeah,
I
it
can
is hard.
imagine. I can imagine how difficult it is for caregivers. I'm not a caregiver myself, and I know it's a chore to manage my stress all day long. It's something I always have to kind of be aware of, and work towards. Being relaxed. And I can imagine under caregiving situation how difficult that would be, if even possible in some situations. So maybe a follow-up presentation to this one would be the effects of chronic stress. When you can't break that cycle.
Yeah.
Some of our clients, I feel, get into that chronic stress cycle and are not able to break it.
Yeah, and I find it that talking to someone, like you mentioned, the support groups, or just with the phone call, I feel like that kind of helps relieve some of that stress, because they do get to interact with other caregivers who are going through the same thing as they are. Because I know most caregivers feel like they're the only ones going through it. It only happens to them. And when they talk to other people, they realize, oh, it's not just me. Somebody else is going through it. And then they learn from each other. They get tips. This happened to me. This is how I handled it. It might not always work for you, but at least you can try something new.
Yeah, and you can also learn, different resources from each other, and that can kind of help you out with your caregiving journey. Yeah, I think another one would be also maybe stepping away and taking a walk. I think that always helps me. Just leaving, your home or your office, and going for a walk and enjoying the cool air. That's always nice.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like the walls are caving in on you. Yeah.
Yeah. The clients that do go to the support groups, what I hear back from them is they quickly start to rely on them. They quickly start to really look forward to that hour when they can talk, and they start to feel that they're developing actual friendships, and if they miss it, they're apologizing. I'm sorry, I missed group the other day, So very quickly it becomes very meaningful.
Yeah. Yeah, they actually look forward to it. They're like, oh, I've been waiting all week for 1 hour, just to get away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does help to, any kind of support group that they can join.
Yeah. So thanks again. This was a really great presentation.
Yeah, very good.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.